This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Nancy Vahling. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm doing great, Engel. How are you?
I'm great. You said Engel, didn't you? Ooh, la la.
Angel.
It's
Angel.
cool. It's amazing how that happens, though. Like right before people say angel, and then when we get recording, they say Engel. It's intriguing to me now. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think we should leave that, shouldn't we?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should. So, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Sweet. Which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
I'm thinking it's my psychic abilities.
Ooh, tell me more, please.
What would you like to know? I do readings. I'm a past life regressionist. I also teach yoga in Denver. Anything else? I read signs. I lead guided meditations.
Who did you learn that from?
I think trial and error.
What does trial and error look like? And let's talk about yoga. What does trial and error look like for yoga?
For yoga, well, I lead 3 classes a week here in Denver.
Wow.
And trial and error really is I bring more of the spiritual side. I know a ton of stuff, but little parts of stuff. In numerology, I'm a 22, which is a master teacher in spirituality, pretty much. So I like to incorporate that in class, and then teach. There's a set sequence for one of my classes, and then the other 2 I make up a flow. So that's a trial and error each week.
All right. Sounds like fun. Is it fun? Is it fun?
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah?
It's one of my favorite things. Next to past life regression.
Now, what is that? Tell me about past life regression.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, what is past life regression?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much taking you through a guided meditation to tap into a part of your brain that's, probably closed, or you're not really tapping into it in the normal, in a normal day. Although deja vu, I think, is kind of tapped into some of your past life stuff. And honestly, I think they call it past life, but it's, to me, kind of consecutive life. Like your soul is probably having many adventures in this moment, and in many different places. But anyway, so you get guided into, a world, and then you kind of take yourself off in that world and describe what's happening. And it could seem like an imagination thing, but the really cool part about it is it usually connects you to something that's going on right now in this life, and getting to see it from a perspective that, you don't normally get to see it kind of helps you through it, I think, a little bit easier.
Has this been your experience as well?
Yes, it has. I've done probably 14 of my own, maybe 15 now, past life regressions done. And every time something seems to kind of smooth itself out better in my current life.
That's amazing. Why will you continue to do this?
Because I think it's helpful. It's also really fun to hear people's stories, made up or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I can attest to that, my friend. I can definitely attest to that. Well, do tell us, where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you?
Imagine Akasha.com.
Spell that, please.
ImagineAkasha.com.
And there we go. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please, Nancy.
Consistently, I've tried to do at least 2 readings a week, which actually helps to build that psychic muscle, your third eye.
How does it make you feel when you're doing that?
It makes me feel helpful, and, connected, actually.
Why would you suggest other people ensure that they are connected in life, connected to who they are and what they do?
How do I assure that?
Why would you suggest they do that?
How would I suggest? Meditation is good.
Yeah.
Having a meditation practice. I would also say being a good listener is helpful.
Would you suggest that other people ensure that they're doing that in their lives?
Yes, I would suggest it. It's, easy to zap out, but, if you can get yourself back in, it's really helpful for your manifesting abilities in this world. And it's going to go real quick. I think life, just happens all of a sudden, and then you're going to want to have made the best of it.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live from Nancy Vahling. Nancy, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Nancy, what is your earliest childhood memory?
I was trying to think of my earliest childhood memory, and I have this very vivid memory of being outside playing in the yard and my dad mowing the lawn, and this little boy coming up to me and saying, "Nancy, wait for me." And I told him to get out of our yard, and I turned to run, and there was just white. There was no house anymore. There was no yard anymore. And I started running and hit the house, because there really was a house there, and fell down, got a big gash in my face. And then years later, and this is a pretty vivid memory, years later, my dad's telling the story to someone, and there was no little boy part in it. So I say, "Hey, Dad, what about the little boy?" And he was like, "There was no little boy. You just hit the house."
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear?
Probably because I'm using that gift now, is what I would say.
That is intriguing.
It is. And probably sounds a little out of the norm or crazy.
Well, I think some people see things that other people don't.
Yes, they do.
Yes. There we go. That's intriguing. I love the fact, as well as the power of stories. And as you said, you get to listen to people's stories, but to see your story being lived out and having your father seeing it and telling it as well, and seeing the difference in interpretations, pretty intriguing, isn't it?
It is very intriguing. I think we're all, tapped in to source. Just some of us a little bit differently, and some of us perceive things much differently in the same situation.
I totally agree. All right, Nancy, if we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Oh, gosh. I would say, can I have a couple?
Sure, go for it.
Michael Jackson's Beat It,
right,
and Van Halen Jump.
All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Nancy?
I am.
Nancy, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I haven't, but I teach through example. So anyone paying attention.
Are you married?
Recently single.
Do you have children?
0.
Do you believe in God?
I believe we are all connected by a power greater than all of us. Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I wish I could. No.
How about 3 hours a week?
It depends on the week.
All right. What about screen time? The phone and or the computer. Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I'm a graphic artist during the day, so yes, 8 hours.
Nancy, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Nancy Vahling, what would you say that is?
That life is imagined. You should probably imagine something really great.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Nancy, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I'm just excited we got to connect. This is great.
It's amazing, right? All the way in Colorado to Trinidad after one of your friends that I met introduced us. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? The power of a conversation.
And how little the world really is, you know?
How small the world is. Love it. Nancy Vahling, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.